Welcome to another edition of a video blog, and I am Rev Jide Macaulay. I have with me today Buchi, a very good friend of mine, and we're just going to talk very briefly about the Day of Silence and what it means to us and to our community. Recently, a young man committed suicide in the United States. His name was Carl Joseph Walker Hoover. It's very important that we continue to talk about these issues because his suicide was as a result of bullying, and we know that being bullied on the grounds of sexual orientation and gender identity can lead into a lot of different situations, such as this tragedy where this young man decided that he's going to take his life. Hi Buchi.
Hello Jide.
How are you?
Doing good.
Well, okay, I mean, what do you think that people should focus on the Day of Silence?
Well, I mean, I do believe personally for myself on the Day of Silence, I do focus on, recollecting how much I've gone through with myself and reconciling with my sexuality and spirituality. So I do think it's a day for everyone to, have people in their prayers, in their minds. Some people out there still fighting the good fight of trying to accept themselves and move on with their life and be good people as well. With all this stuff going on as homosexuality being regarded as a bad omen or taboo, so it's a day we should have everybody in our prayers, whatever they're going through, whatever they're fighting, not necessarily sexuality, to, just have them in our prayers and, for them to know that somebody out there is, putting a prayer out there for them.
Now, the Day of Silence this year is the 17th of April 2009, and the Day of Silence is another form of non-violence campaign. So if you're in the workplace and you're going about your business, the important thing is that you stay silent. How effective do you think that this will be for the community and everyone in general?
Well, I would say it will be very effective, coming down to the individual, how you accept it and how you perform the exercise of being silent. I mean, some of us work in environments in customer service, people do have a lot of stuff, they have to interact with people at work, but it will also be very effective if you could just, take a moment of silence if you can't recognize it the whole day, but at least put out something in your mind, or respect in your mind out there for people, and it will be very effective because as much as a lot of people don't believe in this, like the atheists and people that don't believe in religion, I do believe there's a higher power out there that does help make the world go round and can still impact on a lot of things when we do ask for it.
Now, the Day of Silence was actually introduced after a young boy, another young teenager, I believe he was 14 or 15 years old, was actually shot, in 2008. Basically, the background to this particular incident was that he actually asked another boy out, to be his Valentine.
Oh,
and it's a kind of innocent interaction because, I mean, he's gay and he's expressing himself. And unfortunately, the second teenager came into school the following day and shot him in the head twice. Unfortunately, Larry King, who was the young gay teenager, suffered and died eventually after the gunshot. And the Day of Silence was introduced. And it's important that people recognize the Day of Silence. Who do you think should be part of the Day of Silence? Is it just gay people, or is it just young people?
No, I don't think so. I think it should be everybody. I think it really should be everybody. I mean, there's not only gay violence out there. There's battery. A lot of women go through battery with either husbands, boyfriends, whoever. I mean, there's robbery. There's armed robbery. There's a lot of host of things, dangerous violence going out there. I mean, just because we happen to be blessed and not come in contact with it day to day, there's a whole lot going out there. I mean, look at Africa. There's a lot of violence going out there. There's wars going out there. There's religious conflicts going out there. There's even violence of people just stealing gas from the gas pipes and being blown up every day. That's a huge amount of violence. So I do believe whoever has time, whoever, anywhere you are in the world that has time, should participate and, you know, just put out a little positive energy out there in the world to help people, because honestly, there is a lot of violence out there. We may not come in contact with it day to day in our lives, but still, we still have to, you know, put out a positive energy out there for other people that need that little prayer from us. I mean, it only, even if you don't have time, it only takes a minute to do as much as you can.
Thank you. I mean, tell us a little bit about what you're doing about Day of Silence. I mean, I understand that you are going to be communicating with lots of your friends in Nigeria and also in the US about taking part in the Day of Silence. What plans have you got?
Well, to be honest, yes, I'm gonna be communicating with a lot of my friends around the world. I've been, you know, been lucky enough to have a lot of friends everywhere. Gonna be communicating with them, you know, just letting them know that simple positive prayer out there, even if it's a minute of your time, would help a whole lot. And, you know, just being at peace with myself, taking the time out I have to reflect on my own violence in my life that I have gone through personally, and, you know, prevailed at it, and, you know, so, you know, just come out gloriously to be alive today. You know, and, you know, thanking God for it, and, you know, putting a positive energy out there. And I hope to plead with my friends, you know, for them to just take a minute out of their busy lifestyles, busy schedules, you know, and just think back and reflect on their life, where we all came from. We all started off somewhere, and we can all get to somewhere. But we also need to take the world with us. It only takes one person to start help and change for the world.
Thank you very much, Buchi. I think it's very important. The 17th of April 2009 is the Day of Silence. Just as Buchi said, if you can't be silent all day, take a moment in time and dedicate that time to being silent. And if you look in history so far, people sometimes will, you know, wear a masking tape over their mouth just to be silent, so that they make their demonstration quite obvious. It's a non-violent demonstration and campaign, and it goes to tell the world that we no longer will tolerate homophobia and hatred towards other people. And just as I was saying, sharing with my guest here, it is important that we also recognize other forms of marginalization, other forms of violence, and we want to bring all of this together into one day. The next time I talk to you, we'll be talking about the International Day Against Homophobia. Thank you very much. Goodbye.